Hi, my name is Lisa Myers. So why am I so passionate about LegalShield? Well, about 20 years ago, I owned a beauty salon, and it was a full-service salon, and I also had a nail school. I was 2.5 years in a lease, so finally, after starting the business, getting it up, running, and so forth, I was starting to create a profit. I just remodeled my salon, and I had introduced one of my nail technicians to the landlord's son. They got married, and 60 days after they got married, I got an eviction notice that read, "Because of a business opportunity, we are giving you 30-day eviction." On my 5-year lease, which I still had 2.5 years left on it, and on my newly remodeled salon. It got ugly. So what is the first thing that you do? You call a lawyer. I was in a networking group and there was a lawyer in the group, so I contacted him and he says, absolutely, what they're doing is illegal. It's not right. I can help you. However, I have to charge you a retainer. So I started paying him over $800 a month retainer for him to help represent me. One time I was shampooing a little lady after a hair color, and all of a sudden there's no hot water. So I call the lawyer. He sends a letter and tells them to do what's right. Well, of course, they come back and say that they've been having problems with the water heater. Well, they had never had any problems before. They started harassing me on parking if we were parking in the wrong spot. It got really just full harassment. So eventually I kept telling the lawyer, let's just go to court. I'm in the right. I didn't do anything wrong. And it was just put off. No, it's not right yet. It's not time. And then they put what's called a possession bond on the salon. And what that was a $20,000 bond. And that meant that I also had to put a $20,000 bond on the salon. Now, if we went to court and I lost, I'd have to pay $20,000 plus their attorney fees, as well as I was paying my own attorney fees. I didn't have that type of money. So I was forced to move. I moved and I built another salon, and the expense of moving, the expense of the loss of clientele, I just never could recruit. I'd been paying the attorney for over 8 months, and he sent me a letter that stated, because of a business opportunity with the district attorney's office, I can no longer represent you. He didn't return any of the money because it was a retainer to continue his services. So what do? You get another lawyer. I was still paying a lawyer thinking that if I just went to court, everything would be okay. Finally, they got a court case to dismiss this lawsuit. And I got there. My attorney didn't show up. And here I am, the judge is there, they're there with their lawyers, and I have no attorney. And so the judge says, okay, so we're here to dismiss all of the lawsuits and everything else. And I stood up and I said, Your Honor, my attorney didn't show up. And he says, okay, well, we'll dismiss it for right now and come back. So what do I do again? I hire another lawyer. And this time I just asked him, I says, what do I have to do to just make the whole thing go away? And he says, well, write a letter. And I said, great. How much is that going to cost me? $500. So it cost me $500 to make the whole thing go away. And again, I never could recoup. And so I ended up filing bankruptcy. And, it was so devastating. Had I had the services of LegalShield, I could have talked with the attorneys. They could have guided me. And maybe I would have still ended up moving. Maybe a lot of this would have happened, but at least I would have had recourses on not hiring bad attorneys, not being left on my own, not questioning what I had. I would at least feel like somebody had my back. So that is why I'm so passionate, especially for small businesses. We never know what's going to happen. we just never know what's down the road, and something that's completely out of your control can completely ruin your business. So just take a look. If it's something of value, that's great. Let's chat. If it's not, that's great as well. But I just want you to be protected, and I just want you to be educated on the services that are available. So again, thank you so much for visiting, and let's chat.